Yo, what is up guys? Today I am going to be doing a editing tutorial for you. This was highly recommended or highly requested on my Instagram account to start doing these. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing this from now on my YouTube channel. Uh, Editing tutorials, other photography related stuff, just let me know in the comments what you guys want and I'll be posting that on here from now on. So yeah, let's get right into the edit. Okay, so this is the picture that I'll be editing today. I just shot this actually earlier today during sunset. This picture, it was a it was a pretty easy edit, not gonna lie, but it's something that a lot of people don't know how to do. A lot of people don't like shooting when there's no clouds in the sky, but I still feel like you can get a good shot regardless of whether there's clouds or not during a sunset. So here is the before and after of what it looked like before the edit and after the edit. So this is what it looked like pretty much in real life, no color in the sky at all. And then this is after the edit, after all of these adjustments and everything. And I'll show you why I do what I do and like why I do what I do to get this shot or to get this final result, and how you guys can get the same kind of result. So I'll be starting off with a very similar image from the exact same spot, taken probably like 5 seconds after the other one. First off, what I always do is I crop my images first. Okay, so I usually want to use rule of thirds, align this line with my horizon, or this line with my horizon, or with my subject, just so you can get good spacing in your shot. After that, I go and do my tone curve. Usually I like doing just a simple S curve, so that's what I did for this shot in this edit. I really like fading out the blacks a lot, so you get, and that's just a look that is pretty popular on Instagram and what I have been doing a lot recently, and I really like the look of it. And yeah, from then I go to my exposure because this shot is pretty underexposed, and I want to turn that up to where it looks pretty decent. So right here, I want the highlights to be down because that's going to take away from some of the color that I'm adding in a little bit. Then shadows up a bit, just because I want more of this in the shot, and not just have it be a completely like black foreground. A little bit of whites, just a tiny bit though. Just I don't want that being too exposed or too overexposed. Then blacks, I usually have those down quite a bit just because I want to get super faded for that look that I'm using on Instagram right now. Then to put in color, what I always do is up the saturation a bunch just to see what you have in the shot, up the vibrance just a little bit. Then okay, so hold on, let's go back a second. Okay, so you can tell from this shot that everything is quite blue. So in order to make everything orangish and just bright and colorful, you would like, I usually turn up the temperature a bit to make the image a lot warmer, so you can add more vibrant colors in there. So let's see. This seems about right here. And then when you turn up the temperature or warmth like that a bunch, you can see the entire image is kind of tinted green right now. So in order to compensate for that, you turn the purples up a little bit, the purple tint up a little bit, just to where it looks natural, kinda. Okay, so that looks pretty good. In the foreground, everything looks fairly, I don't know, balanced, I guess is what you can say. Then I don't really want to mess with any of these color sliders right now, because what I usually do after this, just to get the base colors down and looking good already, I change the calibration or whatever, which is at the very bottom. And this is a really important step, a really important tool that I use to get the orangish and teal kind of look. What you just have to do, you turn the blue primary down, and yeah, this is what it does. Here's what it looked like before and after. Then what I usually do is turn this up a tiny bit. That looks like that's looking pretty good right now. So let's go back up to the color sliders. Oh yeah, I kind of want this to be a little bit more blue, so let's go there. That looks about good. And I'll add a little bit of haze to it, just a little bit though, not too much, or else that'll ruin the picture. But yeah, this is looking pretty good so far. Add a little bit more vibrance. Okay, so this is looking pretty good so far. The sky at least is. This is a little bit too warm and saturated right now, the foreground. So what you do to fix that, I take one of these and turn the temperature down just a bit and the saturation down just a bit. Okay, so that's maybe turn down that a little bit more just to get that water looking more blue. But yeah, that's looking good so far. What I kind of want to do though is get this more, or make that a little bit brighter. So turn shadows up a bit. And I think that's looking good right there. Then now you can mess with these sliders all you want, but honestly I think the image looks pretty good. So I'm gonna just change this orange and make it a little bit more reddish orange. Then honestly that's about all I did for this picture, or for this edit or whatever that I did earlier. Okay, so now moving on to split toning. For this, I usually don't use this much, but for this picture I actually used it a little bit. What you can do is you can change the color of the highlights and the shadows of your shot, of your picture. I kind of wanted to make it a little bit more purple. So, so I kind of wanted to make the sky a little bit more purple and the highlights a little bit more purple. So yeah, that's what I did right there. Saturation up just to 5, not too much. And then for this, I wanted to make the foreground a little bit more bluish, or just not as red as it was before. So that looks about good. And yeah, that looks pretty good right there. Almost done with this image. Just gotta add a little bit of noise reduction or whatever, color, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. Because when you add this much color into a shot, usually it gets a little bit, or it loses a little bit of quality or whatever in the transition of colors or in the gradient, just because the colors weren't there before the shot, and changing that after makes it weird. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it just makes it weird. So after that, all I did with this shot is add a radial filter, which is something that I do to the majority of my shots. Just add it onto where the subject is, then invert it to where you're only editing inside. Make sure the feathering is 50. That's what I usually keep it at. Then turn the exposure up a little bit to make the palm trees pop out a little bit more. Then saturation a little bit too, because whenever you turn up the exposure, it makes everything a little bit wider, more exposed. So compensate for that. Saturation up, and that's about good for that. Then all I did next in this shot was add a little bit of vignetting, maybe -5, that's it. Feather it out a bit. And yep, that's pretty much all I did for this shot right here in Lightroom. So let's move into the Photoshop part of it where I added in the moon. That's pretty easy to do, so it won't take too long. Let's get right into that. So opening the photo in Photoshop right now. And let it load. Alright, here it is in Photoshop. So all I did was get a moon picture. Usually of a crescent moon is what you want to add into your pictures. just to make it look more dreamy like, because this is a pretty empty image right now. So to make it a little bit more dreamy like and have a little bit more space filled in the sky, because the sky has a lot of dead space in it right now. I added a little bit of a crescent moon for this. So take this picture, move it in here. Yes, okay. Then move it to the spot where you want it. Transform. Okay, so how the moon gets lit up is from the sun hitting it. So you want the sun, or you want the moon facing to where the sun is, to where it looks the most realistic, I guess. Even though this isn't really gonna look realistic at all, but it'll make the most sense, I guess. So just gotta keep on resizing and resizing it until you get what you want. I like it about right here. I think that's what I had in my image previously. So let's go and remove the black background now. All you have to do, click on the layer with the moon, then use whatever one of these things takes out the most background, or the most black in the background. So I use this one. This one removes everything, and that looks pretty good right there. Except it looks a little bit too bright, so if you want to just like not put too much like effort into it or whatever, then you can just turn the opacity down to make it less bright and not have it stand out as much. But then it'll still be pretty white. So what I did here is use the hue saturation, then create clipping mask, make that a clipping mask so it only edits this part. Then you can make the hue red. You can change the lightness or whatever there. Change all the different colors and stuff that you need it to be. You get more customization when doing it this way, but either way it works. But yeah, honestly, right there is good. And I'm not quite done with this photo yet because I'm stupid and forgot to take out all the dust spots or whatever on my sensor. So how I do that is go back into Lightroom, hit save. Whenever you hit save, it just saves straight back to Lightroom. So here's the shot. Okay, so once you have it saved and you're back in Lightroom, or once I have it saved and I'm back in Lightroom, you've probably already done this before, or you don't need to do it because your camera doesn't have dust spots on its sensor. What you do to remove those is spot removal tool right here, and you just click on all the little spots that need to be removed, and it'll take them all out. I don't know, that just looks good right now. I'm not going to be uploading this photo or anything, this specific photo, because I already have another one that's like good. So yeah, but this is the final result. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the video and learned something from it, and if you guys do anything like this or use this as a little tutorial or whatever, or a little bit of help in one of your shots that you're going to upload to Instagram, make sure you tag me in it and let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time, and yeah, peace.